Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, September 22, 7:12 America, New York. Dutch activists lose ethnic profiling case, vow to appeal. A Dutch court has ruled that border police can use ethnicity as one of the criteria for selecting people for checks at the border. New York Times World News, September 22, 7:11 America, New York. China pledges to stop building coal plants abroad, explained. Beijing is the undisputed king of coal, but the announcement at the United Nations General Assembly this week was cautiously welcomed by climate experts. Xi Jinping, China's top leader, speaking during the annual session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York on Tuesday. Washington Post World, September 22, 7:01 America, New York. Magnitude -6.5 earthquake recorded off coast of Nicaragua. The U.S. Geological Survey says there has been an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 6.5 in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Nicaragua.
Time, September 22, 7 o'clock America, New York. COVID-19 is making new moms feel even more pressure to breastfeed. Jewel Fafruth could barely move while she pumped. She had struggled since her son was born in April to produce breast milk. He was underweight at his first doctor's appointment, and she immediately had to supplement with formula. Time, September 22, 7 o'clock America, New York. Texas's abortion law could worsen the state's maternal mortality rate. Texas's controversial 6-week abortion ban has been in effect just 21 days, and physicians and researchers are already warning that the impact could be dire. If the law remains in effect, Texas could see a significant increase in maternal mortality.
September 22, 7 o'clock America, New York. No one would be spared. Debt default would set off dire consequences. The fight over raising the nation's borrowing limit underscores a reality for Democrats as they are in the midst of their highest stakes moment for President Joe Biden's sweeping legislative agenda. Thrusting a potential default into the mix may have devastating consequences.
Mirror World News, September 22, 6:55 America, New York. Bacon sandwiches offered as COVID vaccine incentive for jab-weary New Zealanders. The Bacon Buddies, coffee and hot chocolate offered to the Taranaki locals who turned up for their COVID-19 jab proved hugely popular as an incentive.
RT World News, September 22, 6:47 America, New York. Police fire rubber bullets at anti-vax protesters in Melbourne as demonstrators storm War Memorial. Video. Victoria Police have opened fire with rubber bullets on demonstrators protesting COVID-19 vaccinations in the city of Melbourne in an attempt to disperse an angry mob, some of whom were decked out in body armor and helmets.
September 22, 6:44 America, New York. He left Syria as a refugee 6 years ago. Now he owns a successful restaurant. In Damascus, chef Imad Alanop says he ran 3 popular restaurants, alongside several juice bars and cafes. During the Syrian civil war, Alarnab's businesses were destroyed, and Alanop was forced to leave his home country.
Washington Post World, September 22, 6:43 America, New York. Shots fired at Ukraine presidential aide's car. Ukrainian police say the car of a top aide to the country's president came under heavy gunfire, seriously wounding the driver.
CNN.com World, September 22, 6:43 America, New York. 5.9 quake strikes near Melbourne, Australia. An earthquake of magnitude 6.0 struck near Melbourne in southern Australia on Wednesday, according to the Victoria State Emergency Services newsfeed, VICSES News, on Twitter.
September 22, 6:41 America, New York. COVID vaccines are on the way for younger children. Here's why they're different. Vaccine maker Pfizer said Monday tests have shown its COVID-19 vaccine works well in children ages 5 to 11.
Mirror World News, September 22, 6:41 America, New York. Kangaroo thanks rescuers with handshake after being hauled out of freezing lake. The kangaroo initially seemed nervous when the 2 men closed in, crouching low, and then startling when the first man reached out to touch him. CNN.com World, September 22, 6:37 America, New York. Russia urged to pump more gas to Europe as energy prices soar. The International Energy Agency has called on Russia to supply more natural gas to Europe to help alleviate soaring energy prices.
September 22. 6:37 America, New York. Russia urged to pump more gas to Europe as energy prices soar. The International Energy Agency has called on Russia to supply more natural gas to Europe to help alleviate soaring energy prices.
CNN.com World. September 22. 6:31 America, New York. Hundreds storm Namibia parliament ahead of German genocide deal vote. Around 300 protesters stormed Namibia's parliament on Tuesday, as the National Assembly was due to vote on a $1 billion compensation offer from Germany to atone for its 1904-1908 genocide against the Herero and Nama people.
New York Times World News. September 22. 6:27 America, New York. The Evergrande troubles. Is China's housing market a huge bubble that's starting to burst? Evergrande Group, a Chinese property developer whose debt has set off panic in global markets.
PowerPost. September 22. 6:19 America, New York. Pelosi's best hope to save the White House agenda is Biden himself. U.S. Chamber of Commerce targets swing Democrats on the budget bill.
BBC News World. September 22. 6:19 America, New York. Angry scenes at Haiti airport as deported migrants arrive. The U.S. is flying migrants out of a Texas border town where 13,000 have gathered in makeshift camps.
September 22. 6:16 America, New York. Cristiano Ronaldo set to overtake Lionel Messi as highest-paid footballer this season. Cristiano Ronaldo is set to leapfrog long-term rival Lionel Messi as the highest-paid football player in the world, according to Forbes.
Mirror World News. September 22. 6:12 America, New York. Man died after beer keg exploded in his face during his own birthday party. Gilson do Nascimento, 43, was trying to get beer out of the keg after only getting foam from the tap. It then blew up and a metal fragment hit him on the head and killed him. BBC News World. September 22. 6:10 America, New York. Covishield. UK recognizes COVID jab after India outcry. With more than 721 million doses administered so far, Covishield is India's most widely used vaccine.
Washington Post World. September 22. 6:07 America, New York. Attackers strike Taliban in eastern Afghanistan, 5 killed. Witnesses say attackers have struck Taliban vehicles in an eastern Afghanistan, killing at least 2 fighters and 3 civilians in the latest violence since the group's takeover of the country in mid-August.